I'm very thankful to Dr. Pankaj Ray Patel, Director of the Institute, all the faculty members who are present here, Coordinator Dr. Naveen Kumar Singh, Dr. Shweta, Co-Coordinator of the Gujarat of this MDP program, especially the Vice Chancellor of Gujarat Technical University and all the senior officers of the university, along with the senior faculty member of Gujarat School of Management Studies, Gujarat Technical University. I am happy to be here in the valedictory address of the 1 week MDP program, conducted very successfully by the team members, coordinator and his colleagues on the financial technology. Today is a concluding day and a very short spell of time of 30 minutes is given to conclude the program. But I talked to Naveen that I can have some 12 to 15 minutes time to give a valedictory address on the subject. Number of lectures you must have heard about, new knowledge you have gathered about. But when I'm tracking this, rather tracing this subject, I'm reaching to the point of mid of the 90s. In fact, India has witnessed two major revolutions, socio-economic revolution, green revolution and white revolution. Gujarat has been the epicenter of the white revolution. But one third revolution that is never said to be, but it is really a revolution, was the ICT revolution, information communication technology, that came into being in mid-90s, that is internet. What is a socio-economic revolution? That any such change that brings the life of the people in general to a better standard. So communication, information technology is now there to exist around the country, and it has affected very positively entire population. Looking into the success of the ICT revolution in the country, after 1995, rather you can say beginning from the 1995, there were two major developments that took place. That Bombay Stock Exchange, almost 100 years, a century old stock exchange, it has opted for, in mid of the 1995, e-trading of the scripts, electronic trading of the scripts. And you understand, before electronic trading, what was the average daily turnover of Bombay Stock Exchange? 50 to 70 crores a day. Today, by this month of March, during this financial year 21-22, from 50-60 crores, it has reached to 2,67,000 plus crores every day. 2,67,000 crores per every day. Second change that came into in terms of proceeding towards the application of financial technology in the financial market was the automation and online business adopted by SBI. You can call ICICI was the first Indian bank, but to me, ICICI has a very limited dimension of its operation in the country. Whereas the SBI is there everywhere, in every village, every city, to everyone. Even if you go to Kerala, there is a floating branch also of the SBI. It is within the reach of it. So in 1999, SBI went online. In 98, ICICI was the first to start with the online trading. Third, that change came into during that period was the NSDL was established in the year 1996 with a special act passed by the Parliament, where the paper-bound shares were made paperless, scripts became digital, dematerialization of shares started. I remember in the classroom of my MBA students, a student asked in the year 1999, "Sir, what is the full form ATM?" 1999, he asked me, "What is the full form of ATM?" So ATM might have been there, but when a student of MBA asked, "Sir, what is the full form of ATM?" it means ATM came to Indian society in the year of 1999. So starting from the money orders of the post offices, demand draft of the banks, These are all the financial products, to traveler's checks, all paper-bound transactions, to plastic cards, money transfer to international banks, now RTGS, UPI. Your mobile phone has become a mobile bank. So every time we are seeing this financial engineering is proceeding towards to sit on, to bank upon more on the technology-driven platforms, not the wooden-driven or the physical platform, rather technology-driven platform, that is the basically the internet. If you see the change that occurred across in the human life, to me there have been three major developments. One, someone who has innovated an engine. Without engine, you cannot get water in the 10th floor of your housing colony. Someone who has invented the electricity. Without that, you cannot drive, you cannot operate your pumping sets. And the third major innovation, scientific innovation, is the internet. So imagine that this communication technology has brought the change in the life of people as such. That's why I call it to be, I call it to be a socio-economic revolution at par with the Green Revolution and White Revolution. Basically, financial technology as such provides a new platform, higher and higher pedestal for higher and higher level of transactions, financial transaction. So this is an extension of financial services. You cannot delink the post office money order or the traveler's check to fixed deposit to plastic card to UPI. It is an extension of financial services, now more diversified, to new class of investors, to new class of depositors, to new class of borrowers, to new class of the operators with the help of the information technology. And that is no more regional or is no more national. It is to be more on a global basis, intercontinental. 100 of Indian companies are having the dual listings. They are listed on NSE, they are listed on BSE, and they are listed on Luxembourg Stock Exchange, New York Stock Exchange, and London Stock Exchange. And there is a pricing mechanism how the change in price of NYSE makes the change the price of share on BSE. They are all linked, not linked legally, technically, rather notionally. And who makes the change? The transfer of information. And that information can interchange with the help of the information technology. You see, whenever FPI, foreign portfolio investors, withdraw, and that has been the trend after Ukraine pressure, Ukraine war with the Russia, it is no more a battle, it is a war because Russia has declared it as a war. So FPIs are withdrawing from Indian market. Indian market Sensex is falling. So who is moving this money? How that is possible? It is not transported with the ship in a container, steel container full of the money. That is, everything is online. Could you have imagined that the FDI is there, FPI is there, Euro issues are there, if there is no platform, intercontinental platform, where the fund flows freely, Very basic of the globalization was actually drawn to year 1992 when the first economic reform started in the country, that is being extended in a new form today. It's a free flow of information, it's a free flow of goods, it's a free flow of technology, it's a free flow of the services, it is free flow of the knowledge, it is a free flow of the people across the continents. It's not between India and Bhutan anymore. It is no more in India and Nepal or Sri Lanka anymore, across the continents. So pricing is intercontinental, information is intercontinental, goods are moving, money is moving intercontinental. So who is helping them on a real-time basis? on a real-time basis. The financial technology, the technology inception itself. In the history of e-commerce, the largest major takeover has been in the history of e-commerce in the world, not in India, in the world. Largest takeover or merger has been the merger between the Flipkart, established by Sachin Bansal and Binny Bansal in the year 2018. And you know what was the merger price? $16 billion. At that time, looking to the exchange rate, it was 1,10,000 crore. What Flipkart has? Nothing. No buildings, no machine like Steel Authority or Telco or Tisco. It has only network of the customer and network of the employees. Everything notional. And what they have paid, 1,10,000 crore. In the history of e-commerce, this has been the largest throughout the world. So imagine if Walmart joined Flipkart, takes it over, there is a formation of the global supply chain of the lakhs of goods and lakhs of services. Where the goods move forward, money moves backward. If you are procuring the goods from Australia or Sydney to India, goods move to India and money moves from India to Sydney. And goods move from New Delhi to Sydney and money moves from Sydney to India. So this two-way flow of cash, synchronized with the flow of the inventory, synchronized with the entire your inventory management policy, and galvanizing the supply chain on a real-time basis has been never possible if the very one way, the basic platform, I call it to be, what is money? I just take water, na? I mean, just a minute. I call money to be a conveyor belt. I call money to be a conveyor belt. In the first day of my class, I always say money is a conveyor belt. The conveyor belt over which the goods proceed on, the services moves on. So could you imagine the entire gamut of the e-commerce industry that is developing in India? Has not developed too much, but it is developing exponentially in the country across the world, especially during the pandemic, has been possible unless logistics is there. Very true, logistics are there, unless there is a strong mechanism of financial technology which takes care of your stocks, which takes care of working capital, which takes care of your cash management, which takes care of your surplus money anywhere in the country, which takes of your debtors bill, which takes your creditors bill together. You can simply call it to be a logistics management. This you can see from the eyes of a logistics manager, but from the eyes of a finance manager, this should be seen as a logistic synchronized with the management of your cash. So financial management, financial technology, all these financial engineering, all these financial tools, they cannot be segregated. They are moving on. They are moving on. And very simple, say, somewhere in the country, at any point, this a particular store has a surplus cash because the demand has come down. It has a surplus cash. So in that particular country, in that particular region, there could be a portfolio manager. There could be investment company attached with, which puts its surplus cash somewhere in short-term investment, whether it may be commercial paper or certificate deposit or in a treasury bill, or somewhere it has a surplus foreign exchange. It could put that money into the foreign bond market. So managing the business is not simply managing the goods and services. It is managing more efficiently the cash in a very efficient, cost-effective, time-effective manner. So financial technology takes care of every dimension of the business, whether it's a manufacturer or the service provider. So basically, financial technology It encompasses large scale of technology, not only the financial technology. It encompasses number of products, financial products. I remember 20 years before, I think mid of 90s, I was addressing a gathering of the chartered accountants. I used the word financial product. So a chartered accountant came on mic to counter my word. Sir, how could they say that money is a product? How could you term this word financial product? Then I still remember mid 90s, even the chartered accountants were not addressing they were not using the word financial product. But now financial products are being designed, de-designed, applied, reapplied with the inception of new technology. So say life and the processes are more robotized, no doubt. You call it, earlier we used to call it as automation. Now it is more robotized. And role of artificial intelligence is more in making the decision. So whether it's but no, in your personal life, in the corporate life, in the business life, in a government, as a government service, for everyone, you can say the financial technology has become a way of life. Transferring the money, in depositing the money, in borrowing the money, in lending the money, in investing the money, or applying the money in any manner, in any innovative manner. So the stream of the knowledge of financial engineering is very old. It's not new one. And this is one of the subjects being taught as an elective in the fourth semester. In MNIT also it was a part of the syllabus. But this financial engineering was, since it has shifted from the paper book to paperless system with the application of technology, its importance has grown very fast. Its application has gone very wide. Say, who gave this term retail banking? ICICI Bank. Every bank is now at your doorstep. Every retailer is at your doorstep. Whether you are borrowing the money or lending the money. Was it possible? Was it thinkable 10 years before, 20 years before? No, it is not thinkable. It has become a very common thing. So technology inception is everywhere. Use a plastic card to UPI. You say, one day I was studying, which is the best financial engineering in the world, in the country. So far we have witnessed. Kisan credit card. 2002 it was introduced in the country, and it is the most popular in terms of number of the borrowers, and in terms of total amount, and in terms of per capita borrowing. It is the best financial engineering ever seen. You cannot spread. If there would have been the paper book application of Kisan card, since it has gone with the online platform, it has gone with the technology. So slowly we have a big database of depositor, of the borrowers. So keeping the farmers database engineers the credit system better. It has the technology has made it more the information more accessible to customer and banker and the investors all. Now computing is there everywhere in your mobile phone. Data storage is there all the time. You have not to read the books. You have not to see the ledgers anytime. Who's a defaulter? Who's a willful defaulter? Who is an irregular defaulter? Who is a good paymaster? Now, financial technology has to become more contextual. I've given the example of the e-commerce. In that context, there's one kind of financial technology. In the context of the retail banking, another technology in the context of the dual listing of the shares in Bombay Stock Exchange or NSE or London Stock Exchange is a separate technology. During the post second wave of the COVID, you must have read about that NPA was piling up, and how they are meeting the industry is meeting the NPA. They are borrowing the capital from across the world in the dollar at a very low cost. LIBOR, they are borrowing 2%, 3%, 4% the cost of capital, and they are paying off their costlier debt in the country. So across the world, wherever they see the interest rate is falling, they borrow. And they pay out their Indian banker, saving the 3-4% every time. So this data bank, where the price, what is the price of the interest today, you can see on your record every day. So financial technology is there. So here the key word is the real time. Key word is the real time. So if we frame a golden triangle, on the left side of the triangle, on lower side, you don't put your goods and services in loop, in pipeline. So there is no inventories. With zero inventory, you can have a business. With zero inventory, goods and services, with zero inventory of cash, you can have the business. So cost of capital, idle cost is least. Transaction is on real-time basis. Your capital is not blocked. You see, very simple. As a student, as a teacher, when you apply somewhere, you have to pay a demand draft of 1,000 rupees to new employer. The day demand draft is issued, your 1,000 rupees is debited to your account. And after 1 month, the new recruiter deposit that draft and his account is credited. So 1 month, almost your 1,000 rupees blocked. But if the transaction is on the real time, through UPI mechanism, moment it is debited to account, it is credited to the other person. So idle cost is zero. Real time transaction takes place. And when the cost is less, transaction is on a real time basis, the volume will be larger. As the volume will be larger, there will be advantage of the economy of scale. That's why I told in the very beginning. Pre-95 Bombay Stock Exchange per day turnover was 50 crores to 70 crores, which has reached to 2,67,000 every day. So there is a voluminous change, not in quality, voluminous change in the quantity, and with voluminous change in reachability. It reaches to everyone. It reaches to everyone. And that makes a change your way of life of an individual, of an organization, of an economy, of a business as a whole. So financial technology, when I received invitation from your head of the department director and Naveen called me, I was just thinking, should financial technology be split in two parts? The conventional part and what you are reading today, cryptocurrencies and all that. No, there is no vertical line in between. It's a, sometimes slow, it's a medium to faster pace of change in the process. Sometimes slow, sometimes medium, sometimes faster change of the process of technology and its application to financial transaction. And that financial transaction should not be taken in isolation. Maybe working capital, maybe financial management, maybe inventory management, maybe supply chain, maybe the logistics, maybe the sales, maybe the pricing. Anyway, this year budget, 22-23, Finance Minister has made a proposal to levy 30% of capital gains tax on cryptocurrency. Everybody was expecting that cryptocurrency will be prohibited, but government of India had a limitation because a lot of private players are there and lakhs of crores is already invested. You know, under the Securities Contract Regulation Act 1949, it is unlawful activity. If anybody asks me what is cryptocurrency, I say it is a gambling as per the law. It is prohibited. But since it has become, slowly has become a fashion of the day, overnight government of India cannot prohibit it. That's why it levied 30% tax on one side, so that it can prohibit illegal transaction with a higher tax rate. Second, government of India being us a democratic country, a welfare state, we cannot put such currency in the hands of the individual. Rather, RBI has been instructed to innovate this new idea of the electronic currencies. So RBI will be carrying the cryptocurrencies. You see, what will be design of the bank tomorrow? There will be no bank branches anywhere in the country. No bank branches. Your mobile phone will be your bank branch, because there is no cash currency. If you want to pay, you pay the 10 unit, have the goods at your doorstep, morning milk, butter, bread, vegetables, flour, whatever you consume for the day, fruits, pay 200 rupees. So currency will be notional currency. Your buying power will be purchased with your jobs, with your business, with your earning, with your profit, and currency will be online. And who will issue the currency? RBI, a official currency. No need for a bank, no need for the ATMs, only UPI, no plastic card. So branchless banks. If somebody will write the address of the banker, everyone will write the address of the bank. One bank only somewhere in the country, which will have some office to look into your complaints. And PCO lies, small shops will be open to facilitate the illiterate, the uneducated people, the poor people, how to make transaction. So this major shift is there not 1 year after, within 2 years, as the cryptocurrency will be lost, the currency note will lose, all kind of other transaction will lose, only cryptocurrency will come. That currency will be of the RBI's currency, under the banner, under the supervision, under the legal sanction of the government of India, with the special act passed by the Parliament of India. That will be safer. Today is an illegal act. So what we have been 25 years before, what we shall be 2 years before, but one thing is there, transaction will be real time. I've told you the golden triangle. The transaction cost will be least and volume will be exponential. And imagine next, foreign exchange market, no forex market, only notional. In fact, forex market has got no branches. You go to Thomson Cook, they are the agents. So internationally, banks, individual currency will be more integrated with dollar, sterling, pound, euros. So this technology is making a big dent, and new dent, new shape, new design is emerging very fast. I congratulate all of you. I congratulate the coordinator Naveen and his team. I congratulate head of the department, director, everybody. That very relevant, reformative topic you have taken successfully in last 1 week of MDP. I congratulate especially the participants, those who have heard your human resources, those who have heard your experts, those who have heard me here very patiently. Thank you very much for calling me, inviting me.
Thank you very much, sir. From the last 6 days, we have started with the little financial thing, and then came concluding with the very relevant information from you also. Thank you very much, sir. Now I would like to invite few participants, those who wish to like feedback of the FDP. or any suggestion or anything we need to implement in the FDP for like betterment, and any one of you can
Hi, good evening.
yeah, good evening.
Am I
Good evening,
audible?
Hardik. Yes, sir, you are audible, sir. So if possible,
Agarwal
can
sir,
you
good evening.
Dr. Naveen, ask them to introduce name and the university they belong to.
Right. So please, sir, introduce your name and university, and if possible, can you please switch on your camera if there is no problem with that.
I have been telling on WhatsApp also that there is some technical glitch, so maybe
Okay,
today I have
okay,
the
okay.
audio and
You can
No
proceed
problem.
okay.
without wasting time. You can proceed, yeah.
Okay. I am Dr. Hardik Brahmbhatt from Narayana Business School, Ahmedabad, Gujarat. And I just want to say that this was a need of an hour of this FDP, then where the whole world is moving towards the finance. And as in one of the FDPs also, it was mentioned that finance is always the number one or always tends at the forefront whenever there is any technological transformation or when there is something leading into the whole world. Finance always stands at the first place. So right now also when the everything is going on towards the technology with the help of a blockchains and the digital payments, and as sir also rightly mentioned about the budget thing, that 30% it is taxed, right? So in this coming times, India will be witnessing many kind of kind of technological transactions, and this was really nice. And all the speakers for all the sessions were so wonderful and learned a lot and lot of things which even we can incorporate the things for ourselves, also for the students while teaching them. It was really nice. Thank you very much, GTU, Pankaj Rai sir, Naveen sir, Agrawal sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Hardik. Any few suggestions or feedback we can
Hello.
take? Yes.
Hello. Yeah, sir, this is Krishna Bhatt from CKSVIM, Vadodara.
Yes, madam. Yes, madam.
I just wanted to say that the entire 6 days workshop, it was very knowledge enriching, and all the experts and the sessions, they were very inspiring. I've just started having a discussion with my students today, like fourth semester students. They do their comprehensive projects. So we were discussing that let us do our comprehensive projects related on fintech this time. So no, it was it gave us, because these are the terms I was not well acquainted with. So now I'm trying working on fintech, blockchain, Bitcoin along with my students. So it was a very knowledge enriching experience for me. Thank you.
Thank you, madam. So it's a value addition in your
Yes,
profile.
yes.
Yes.
Only thing is that if we get duty leave, then
Right.
it is no for whole dedicatedly we can attend the sessions. At times when we also have sessions and the FDP is also going on simultaneously, at times the coordination becomes difficult.
Right. Thank you, madam.
Okay, thank you so much.
Any one more suggestion? If anyone can take, we can take one more suggestion.
Yes, sir.
Then we
Shall
will
I?
conclude the session. Yes, ma'am. Yes,
So
Amrita, ma'am,
shall I?
please. Yes.
Yeah. So my name is Amrita Badia. I'm currently working as an assistant professor at Narana Business School, Ahmedabad.
You are not
Though
audible.
my
You are
special
not audible.
am am I audible,
Madam,
sir? Is that
Yeah,
okay?
it's
yes,
better
yes.
now. It's better
Now
now.
it is,
Yeah.
please.
Yeah. So my name is Amrita Badia, and I'm working as an assistant professor at Narana Business School, Ahmedabad. So though my specialization is in IT, but still, the topics and the experts they were, talking about, those all were relevant. So even for the subjects like e-commerce and the students who has opted for IT specialization specialization. So the content, the topic that is so, very much into this that we can always relate it, and we get real relevant knowledge and additional knowledge, we are also updated, so we can pass on the same to them also. So the entire learning during this FDP, all 6 days, was really wonderful, and we really enjoyed. So thank you for this. So thank you entire team of GTU for conducting such knowledgeable FDP.
Thank you, madam. Thank you, madam. So now I would like to invite Dr. Sarika Srivastav for to conclude the session and vote of thanks to the chief guest, Professor Agrawal. Over to you, madam.
Thank you, Dr. Naveen. I am very much delighted to be a part of this wonderful FDP. And from last 6 days, all the participants, they are connected with us. And actually, this is not the end of learning, what I will say, because this is the beginning where we can adopt new technologies, where we can learn new things. So many experts, they have discussed various aspects on this financial technology. So thank you, Dr. Naveen, for inviting me to propose vote of thanks. As a university coordinator for this AICTE GTU program, it is my privilege to propose vote of thanks. Especially, I am thankful to Professor Piyush Ranjan Agrawal ji, who accepted our invitation and who discussed very nicely about the various revolutions and various innovations which are happening and which have changed our world. So thank you, Professor Agrawal, for joining this valedictory session. And I am also thankful to all other experts who contributed significantly towards this FDP and made all sessions very meaningful, so that all participants, they could learn something new from joining this FDP. Here I would like to say that we are conducting this program since last 4 years, because AICTE is providing grant to organize faculty development programs from last 4 years, and initially for 2 years we were conducting in the face-to-face mode. But as you know that due to this pandemic, now we have switched to this online mode. So hopefully next year, when the situations will improve, we'll again conduct the face-to-face programs, where one participant was saying that they can get the duty leave and they can attend the program wholeheartedly, so that they can get the more benefit out of this FDP. So we'll try our best to conduct the program in face-to-face mode next time, if the AICTE allows. So I would like to be thankful to all the higher authorities of AICTE who provided the grant to conduct this FDP, especially for GSMS and especially for all other institutes, those who are affiliated with us. I am also thankful to Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Dr. Naveen Sheth sir, Dr. K.N. Kher, Registrar of GTU, Dr. Pankaj Rai Patel, Director GSMS, for extending their valuable support for organizing this FDP. So last but not the least, I am really thankful to all the participants who attended this FDP and made this journey very memorable for all of us. So once again, thank you to all of you. Over to you, Naveen sir.
Thank you, madam. Thank you. So shall we conclude? We thankful to all the participants, thankful to sir for accepted our invitation, and thank you University Coordinator Dr. Sarika Srivastav, and thank you esteemed experts. As I can see, one of our expert has attending the session, Dr. Shalin Srivastav, and thank you for participants. Thank you, faculty members, GSMS. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Sarika. Thank you, Naveen, for the nice
Thank you, sir. Namaskar, sir. Naveen, sir. Naveen, sir, are we going to conduct any test?
Yes. For participants, this I will share the link over the WhatsApp group, and it will be active from 4:15, right? So I'm sharing the link, and it will have around 35 questions, and it will active for 2 or 3 hours, no problem with that. So please comfortable by yourself and do the exam. and there are 60% is compulsory, and 80% attendance is compulsory. So we will share the list of eligible eligible participants after 1 or 2 days. Right. So if there is any query, so we have the WhatsApp group. You can share with any of the.
Yes, this is mandatory for all the participants to clear that exam.
Yes,
right?
It is mandatory.
Yes. Okay. So. Yes, sir.
Okay, ma'am. So I'm just so we can close.
Yes, definitely.
Okay, so participants, I'm sharing the link to the group. Just gone through the group, and it will be active only after 4:15. Right. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, madam. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Naveen sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.